Hello. I think that might be it. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, I think we figured it out. I'm so sorry I've had some technical difficulties, but thank you for hanging on for me. Welcome. This is my dinner demonstration for a 30-minute meal with 10 ingredients or less. And this is a fantastic recipe that's super easy and so tasty. The Quickie lemon risotto with a little bit of Parmesan. I am going to add a few of the vegetable ingredients. So let's get started. Hopefully you were able to get your grocery list. And if you weren't able to get your grocery list, please sign up for it, and I'll send it to you weekly so that you can prep for your ingredients beforehand so you can cook right along with me in my kitchen. So let's get started. A few basic ingredients. Of course, the rice, the Arborio rice, which is our main component for the risotto. Before I get into the rest of it, I just want to put our water on to boil. So get a good amount, maybe about 3 cups of water, and throw it in a saucepan and get it ready to boil. We were going to need this water throughout the process. This is a very busy kind of meal, so we'll be hands-on throughout the entire process. So no lazies. So let's put our water on and get this boiling so we can get our meal started for today. I'm going to throw about 3 or 4 cups, depending on how much risotto you're cooking. This kind of meal, you don't really need a lot of measuring, which makes it really easy, so that you can kind of adjust. So you put as much water. You can also substitute the water for vegetable stock if you have it in-house. It makes it just a little bit more flavorful. But it's totally up to you. Whatever you have is convenient. So while we're waiting for this water to boil, we'll start to prep some of the other ingredients that we'll be putting in the risotto. I'm actually going to put this water on my back burner so it boils a little bit quicker on the flame, and then we can start with the rice. So let's put this in the back burner. And you're going to need a good size pan so that we can cook in the risotto with the rice and everything. So let me go through the rest of the ingredients. Once again, the rice, typically it's Arborio rice, which is Italian rice. It's a little bit heartier, and it cooks very well with risotto, but you don't need this fancy rice. You can use brown rice, you can use white rice, you can use barley, is known to be a really great treat. So really just anything that replicates rice is really great to use for this recipe. So whatever you have in-house would be totally fine. Not cooked, so we cook it throughout the process. And you do want to wait until that water is fully boiled because we need that hot water when we add it to the rice. So it just makes everything cook really quickly together. The rest of the ingredients, which are totally optional, swappable alternatives, you can make risotto anyway. It's very versatile. So what I have is olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, some white wine. If you don't have white wine, you can substitute for a white vinegar, and it's just basically, as you'll see, we'll just open up the rice so it cooks really, really quick. We have a lemon, a tomato, a little bit of baby spinach, and some grated Parmesan. So I will take some of the spinach, and I'm just going to layer it on top of one another, like so. And then my trick is to just roll it like a cigar. And we take our knife and we just slice it down in little strips. Great. And just leave the little stems out at the end. I'm not going to need a lot of the spinach. This is fine, but if you're going to need a bigger portion, you might want to cut maybe 4 to 5 leaves, 6 leaves. It's a great additive. Spinach is a fantastic green, lots of iron, lots of vitamin K. These are great minerals that you'll need for the body, and it also helps with digestion. So, always trying to add in as many healthy ingredients as you can, especially in a great recipe like this. It just makes it just that much more beneficial. With the lemon, we're actually going to grate the peel of it, so it gives us a nice lemon zest. So what you want to do is get a grater, like a cheese grater, something like that, and just grate along the side of it. I'm an over-lemoner, as my boyfriend would say, but you just want to grate along the side. Gives it a nice, fresh taste. So go all the way around the lemon. And we're going to add that in at the end. Just want to have all these ingredients prepped. This is a really fantastic meal. It can be made with mushrooms. It can be made with different kinds of stocks. So you can really create your own special kind of risotto. It's not really that complicated. Just takes a little bit of hands-on. It's not something you can kind of set and forget, but the turnout is fantastic. So just a little bit, maybe, you know, I got most of the lemon all the way around. We can use the rest of this as a squeeze later. And then I'm just going to take a couple slices of the tomato and chop it up. And just set it all aside. So I have all these colorful ingredients ready to go once we make the rest of the meal. Just dice it up, really nice. A beautiful color. Nice flavor. Fantastic. Great. Super. Look at that. Fancy. Alright, so now we're going to cook the rice. First thing we're going to do is add a little bit of olive oil or whatever oil that you have in the house to the pan. Just a little bit. So if you're not cooking too much, you might want to add maybe a teaspoon. If you're cooking a little bit more, maybe 2 teaspoons. It's just a little bit. We just want to get a little coat on the rice that we're having. So heat that olive oil up. Get it all the way around in the pan. Now, I'm not cooking that much rice today because it's just for me, but I have about 1/4 cup. So I'm going to throw this in the pan. And you want to spread it all the way around. Make sure that oil covers all of the rice. Soaks it right up. Awesome. Now we're going to let this sit here for a couple of minutes, just until it gives a nice fragrance, and you want to open up that rice. So you want to get it nice and coated in the oil so it starts to get heated up throughout and starts to expand. That way it'll let in all the other flavors, the water, and start to become well cooked. Your water should be boiling by now. You just want to turn it down just a hair. We want to keep it really, really hot because when we add it into the rice, we really want everything to be cooking at the same level. This is a really fast-paced recipe. I know most of the time we have a little bit of time in between, but right now we are full on. I'm going to give this a quick stir. You don't really want the rice to turn brown. So if you notice it's turning brown or you feel like it's too hot, turn down your pan a little bit. Great. You'll hear it start to hiss a little bit, then you know it's really starting to open up and cook. It's great. This is a nice meal that you can make plentiful amounts and kind of take. She knows what it is. She likes this one too. This is a great one that you can make in plentiful amounts. You can kind of keep for the next day or lunch. It's really nice. It's really nice and easy to reheat. And I'll show you how to make it. Reheat it very easily once we come to the end. Great. Just a few more seconds on this and stir it around. Make sure it's all opening up. You want to keep the heat about medium-high. You really want to keep this pretty hot. This is a fast cooking dish, so you want to keep everything really high. I made the mistake of keeping things low. It just really draws out the whole time of the whole process. So make sure everything's pretty high on the heat levels. So like I said, I have spinach, little lemon, some tomato, and then we'll add in some Parmesan cheese later. Now you can add mushrooms, garlic. You can add a variety of different ingredients if you like. It can be flavored a million different ways. I mean, rice is one of those versatile ingredients that really absorbs a lot of different flavors. So this looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to add the white wine in. And if you don't have white wine, like I said, we can do a vinegar alternative as well. Apple juice even too. So just a little bit of this as well. Maybe a quarter of a cup, maybe even less, like an eighth of a cup. We just want a little bit of this to kind of coat the pan, and then all the rice will absorb it, and that also helps open up that rice so it is allowed to absorb more of the water and really start to cook quickly. Just a little bit. You want to get this all the way around. Really nice. This is going to burn off really quickly. Alcohol in white wine, in vinegars, it's going to burn off very quickly. And that's fine, and that's totally great. That really opens up the rice and allows it to break down and allow in a lot of the flavors. So you want to keep stirring the rice. That is one of the big tricks about risotto. You really want to keep stirring. You really want to watch it very carefully. It's not something you can kind of set and forget. So we'll stir this around. And it'll dry up pretty quickly. Your water should be boiling at this point. You don't want it to overboil, so you just really want to have it, like, keep it bubbling, because we're going to need it boiling and hot throughout the whole process. Grab a measuring cup, something that you can kind of dip. You can use a ladle if you have that. Something that's about a half a cup in size. Want to keep the sizes pretty small, because with risotto there is a process. You just kind of want to add in a little bit of water, a little bit of stock, whatever you have at a time, and allow that rice to suck it up. And then once it's all absorbed, we're going to add a little bit more. So it's kind of a little bit of a layering process, but it pays off in the end, definitely. So now that I see that the rice has completely absorbed all that white wine, we're going to add a little bit of our stock. Great. You'll notice that this really has a lot of bubbling, a lot of steam. Definitely want to keep that temperature level. And you stir this around. Great. Perfect. This is an especially easy meal if you have a lot of rice in the house if you'd like to make. I make lots of portions of rice, so I have it easy and quick on hand. So if you have rice pre-made, then half your battle is won. That is one of the ways that restaurants actually make risotto is they cook the rice almost till it's done, and then they can add in ingredients at the very last minute, so you can cook risotto within 5 minutes. So if you have pre-made rice at home, then you have, you know, most of your process already completed, which is phenomenal. Just want to keep a close eye, keep it stirring around. You don't really want this rice to stick. Great. So hopefully you'll be able to hit me up on Facebook. I have my brand new account, the Holistic Simplistic Facebook account. You can click like me if you want. Just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Dana who's watching. She's looking forward to making her own risotto at home, so I really hope that she grabs all these tips. Feel free to message me if you have any questions about the recipe. I'd be happy to answer them or elaborate. So you'll notice that the rice will start to expand and start to get bigger and bigger. So this is great. This is exactly what we want. It shows that the rice is cooking. It's absorbing the water, which is really good. Looking really good. Phenomenal. Once that you see that the rice is kind of dried out and there's no real moisture left in the pan, once again, take another little ladle, another little spoonful, measuring cup of the water or the stock that you have, and we're going to add it back into the pan and continue to cook the rice until it's fully cooked. So here we go again. One more ladle of the water. Let that simmer in. Great. Rice is one of the, a great grain that I'm totally in love with. It is gluten-free. It is something that has great fiber qualities, especially if you have the brown rice, wild rice. Barley is a great alternative to this recipe as well. So this is barley is a phenomenal heart-healthy fiber that you can use. It has that toughness quality to it, similar to this Italian rice, Arborio rice. There are a lot of different things, so it just depends on what's in your pantry. So that's the beauty about dinner demos. It is not just limited to the ingredients that I have sent you. I'd love to hear your options, what you're trying, what you're succeeding with. So we'll let it keep simmering down, boiling down. Great to have a lot of these recipes that are quick and simple, just so that you can continue to cook from home. The whole reason why I encourage people to cook from home, especially in my own nutrition practice, is so that portion size is really maintained. If you have the habit of going out or eating out, a lot of times we don't really have the option of deciding how much food we actually are given. It is easy to grab whatever you are given and eat the entire thing without realizing how much really you need. So this gives us that ability to limit ourselves and also manage the ingredients that go into our dishes. Notice most of our recipes are very simple ingredients, nothing crazy, nothing too alternative or outside the box, and that is just to maintain my whole stigma with being holistic and simplistic, because being healthy does not need to be too complicated. So I try to keep it simple. This is really looking good. It's really starting to take some shape. Just want to keep stirring it around, making sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. Don't want this rice to brown too much. And just want to make sure that it's absorbing all that water or all that stock that you have in the pan. We'll give it a quick taste. Coming along nicely. It should still be a little crunchy. So just going to continue to cook it down to make sure that it fully absorbs all the water and doesn't have too much of that crunch. So let me know how you guys are doing. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I know that one of the things that when I'm looking at recipes is that definitely I'm looking at ingredients. So if it has too many ingredients or something I've never heard of, I just cross it off the list, because it's just not something that I'm able to find in my local grocery store. I know it's not going to happen. Great. So I'm going to go ahead, grab another spoonful of this water or stock. Make sure your water or stock is boiling. You want to make sure you maintain the high temperatures. So keep stirring this risotto. Great. Just want to keep stirring it. Should be close to done once this one is fully absorbed. And then we'll start to add in some of the secondary ingredients and finish it off. You can also complement this dish if you want to make it a little bit more fancy or add some sort of protein to it. Complementing this with some seared scallops, shrimp, a little bit of chicken, add some mushrooms to it. It's totally a fantastic complement. Steam some more asparagus with it, or any other kind of steamed vegetable. It's a wonderful complement to this dish. Keep stirring this one around. Once this one is absorbed, I'm sure it'll be close to done. If you're not done, if your rice is still a little bit crunchy, then you'll just continue to add the water and keep stirring around until you feel that it is almost cooked all the way through. Once once you feel like it's cooked all the way through, then we'll start to add in these secondary ingredients. Great. So the first ingredient I'll add is just a pinch of salt. We'll stir that around. Sea salt preferably. Depending on how much rice that you actually have inside here, I'm going to add about a couple of teaspoons of this, just coat on top of it completely. Just want to give a nice sprinkle of the Parmesan on top and stir that around. And then we're just going to simply add up all of these vegetables, the spinach, the grated lemon zest, and the chopped tomato. Just add it all right in all at once. Great. And stir this all the way around. Just want to get these spinach leaves to wilt a little bit. If you feel like the rice is drying out just a little bit too much, add another cup of water. Just a little bit, just enough to get the moisture back in and allow those spinach leaves to wilt in a little bit. Get those flavors absorbed. Wow. And then you see the colors here. This is absolutely beautiful. Just going to let that sit a little bit so I get all those flavors absorbed in. And we'll stir this around. Let's give it one final taste, see if it needs anything else. Delicious. And let those flavors marry in a little bit. Really tasty. I'm going to slice up a little bit of lemon. Give it a little bit of squeeze on top. Turn down the burner. Give this little squeeze of lemon on top. And there you go. Your Quickie lemon Parmesan risotto, a little bit of spinach and tomato. Fantastic. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That is really amazing. Oh my gosh, this is too simple. It's too good. Great, guys. Well, here we are. Another great, amazing recipe. 30 minutes or less, 10 ingredients or less. Hope you enjoyed it. Please look me up on my website. I have a beauty foods workshop coming up. And if you can't, just check me out on Facebook, and hope to see you soon next Wednesday for the next dinner demo. Have a great night. Bye-bye.